What's good, yo? It's your boy Coke Got It coming at y'all with another video. Today we about to get in my week 3 predictions. Before we start, hit that like and subscribe button and let's ride. Alright, we're gonna start off with Boston College at Wake Forest. I'm picking Boston College. They normally have a pretty solid defense, especially playing in the ACC. They have a nice little running back who's getting plenty of hype. Wake Forest, they're a mediocre team in the ACC. They're at the house, but I'm rocking with Boston College on this. Florida State at Syracuse. Florida State has been looking like straight ass. They got embarrassed to Virginia Tech, barely beat Samford last week, but I got them beating Syracuse. Syracuse is a nobody, and I'd be surprised if Florida State can't bounce back from their horrible start and get a win against Syracuse. Then we got Oklahoma at Iowa State. Iowa State upset them boys last time by a touchdown. I don't see that happening again this year. That boy Kyler Murray, I'm not too much of a fan of him, but what he does for that offense is a lot more than what Baker Mayfield does. He's not a better passer than Mayfield, but he adds a whole nother game to that offense with his legs. And I got Oklahoma annihilating Iowa State. All right, then we got Duke at Baylor. Both of these teams are some scrap. Both of these teams are at the bottom of their conferences, but I got Duke beating Baylor. Baylor to me is a whole lot worse. It's a way bigger dumpster fire. They lost to Liberty last year, and they've been looking like shit this year so far. I got Duke going into their house and beating them. And we got Mizzou at Purdue. Last year, Purdue smashed on Missouri. I don't see that happening again this year. This is Drew Lock's final year. Drew Lock came back. A lot of them boys definitely want to straighten their face from getting blown out by Purdue last year. I got Mizzou winning this game. Then we got LSU at Auburn. And I understand everyone's hopping on the LSU hype train after the way they did Miami. First game of the season, shit happens. Miami, if you're gonna say LSU's a contender for the way they did Miami, then you obviously have Miami overhyped because they're not contenders themselves. Auburn's pretty solid. They started off the season with a great win against Washington. They're at the house in this game. I got Auburn putting LSU back in their place. Then we got Boise State at Oklahoma State. And I'm picking up Boise State in this game. I feel like Boise State's I feel like they're legit. I don't think they're contenders or nothing, but I do feel like they're a legit team. I don't feel like Oklahoma State is. I don't feel like they have the pieces to do what they've done in the past, which, I mean, they haven't even really done shit in the past, but I got Boise State knocking off Oklahoma State. And we got Ohio State at TCU. Last game of Urban Meyer's suspension. Dwayne Haskins, J.K. Dobbins, prolific, high-powered offense against a very, very disciplined defense. TCU's a pretty solid team. They are definitely competitive. I don't know if I call them contenders, but they're on the level right underneath contenders. But I got Ohio State winning this. I don't feel like Ohio State's going to lose to them. I don't even feel like it's going to be a game. I feel like maybe for the first quarter, first half, but I feel like Ohio State will blow them out. Final score will be a blowout. And we got USC at Texas. Texas has been looking like ass this year so far. They already lost to Maryland first game of the season. And losing to Maryland is like losing to a non-Power 5 team. Even though Maryland is Power 5, but that's embarrassing. USC, first game of the season, cupcake. They looked great. J.C. Daniels looked great. Then they played Stanford last week. Couldn't even find the end zone. Only got 3 points. But that's okay. Stanford's a veteran team, a solid team. J.C. Daniels is a true freshman. He's got some growing to do. He's got some learning to do. But a lot of these players on Texas do also. This would be a good game. It was a great game last year. They went to triple overtime last year. It was a great game. And I got USC winning this one in what I believe would be a good-ass game to watch. Then we got Washington at Utah. This could be a good game. A lot of people think that Utah might be able to upset Washington. I don't really think so. I believe out of Washington and Stanford, the only game that's going to matter for them is when they play each other. But I could be wrong. But I got Washington beating Utah by at least 10, 13 points. Now, for my upset pick of the week, I got Vanderbilt going into South Bend and knocking off Notre Dame. Notre Dame looked horrible against Ball State. They could possibly bounce back. Vanderbilt plays defense. They play nice, good, disciplined defense. They're not talented. They don't have a lot of talent. They're not a great team, but they're not going to make mistakes. Brandon Wimbush is not a huge passer. Vanderbilt will be able to play against the run. They do it every week in the SEC. Even if they don't win, I feel like Notre Dame's going to have to battle for this game. I don't feel like it'll be a blowout. But Notre Dame could definitely just come out and win, because they're going to be coming out trying to bounce back. That's what they're going to do. They're going to be trying to bounce back from that game against Ball State, because that was embarrassing. But it's my upset pick, Vanderbilt over Notre Dame. We'll be, after this week's over with, I'll have my recap video, and we'll be getting ready for week 4. Hit that like and subscribe button so that way you can know when the next video drops. It's your boy Coach Gotti, and I'm out.